Okay, hi and welcome to another Ben Golding Guitar Masterclass. Okay, this week we're going to be having a look at a classic tune now from the gorgeous Dolly Parton. Okay, the wonderful I Will Always Love You, which has been covered by everyone. I mean, Whitney Houston did the famous version, so it's classic tune, but we're going to be looking at it in the Dolly Parton original key. Okay, so for this one I want you to get a capo and put it on the 2nd fret, but like I always say, this is just to keep it in the exact Dolly Parton original key. If you prefer doing it in another key to suit your voice, or without a capo, you can, as long as you know the chords and you play along well, you know, it's fine. You can do it in any position you like, but for the Dolly Parton version, capo on the 2nd fret. Okay, this is very simple, only 4 chords to it, but what I'll do first of all is just give you a very quick, I'm going to hum along the tune, just to show you what we're aiming for here. Okay, so this one starts off, I'm going to start with the verse. Okay, that is how simple this song is, yeah. It's got 4 chords in it, G, E minor, C and D. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if I give you a very quick, I'm going to give you those chords, and as always, if you are a bit more experienced, you know the chords already, you might want to forward the video and just practice along with me at the end, and you'll be able to see the chords on the screen anyway. But if you're starting out and you want to go through the chords and get used to them, let's go through them. Okay, we've got G, E minor, C and D, like I said. Start off with the G, let's do them in that order. So for G, I want you to take your first finger, put it on the 5th string in the 2nd fret. Next finger goes on the 6th string in the 3rd fret, and your next finger goes right at the bottom on the 1st string in the 3rd fret. Okay, for that, I want you to strum all the strings. Okay, E minor. Okay, if you take your first finger and you put it on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, your next finger goes right underneath that on the 4th string in the 2nd fret, and that again, we're trying to strum all the strings for the E minor, all the strings. Okay, next up we've got a C major. For C, we just want to take our first finger and put it on the 2nd string in the 1st fret. Next finger goes on the 4th string in the 2nd fret. Okay, and the next finger goes on the 5th string in the 3rd fret, and for that one we're trying to avoid the string at the top, the bass E, and we're trying to hit the 5 lower strings underneath it. Okay, there's your C. Okay, and last of all for the D, I want you to take your first finger and put it on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret. Next finger goes on the bottom on the 1st string in the 2nd fret, and your next finger goes on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret. Okay, and for the D, we're trying not to hit the 2 at the top, the 2 bass strings, the E and the A. We're trying to hit the lower 4 strings of the guitar, the 4 strings underneath that. Okay, and there's your D. So that's G, E minor, C and D. Okay, what we'll do first of all, if I just very slowly and quietly, I'm going to hum the tune. I just want to go through the verse section first. Okay, the chords will be coming up on the screen, so all we've got for this one, we're going to go from the G. One thing that isn't easy, that might take a bit of time if you haven't played much before, there's a very quick C major just for 1 hit, but we've got pretty much a straightforward pattern for this one. I'll just play it slowly to give you an idea. We've got the G, C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor, and D, and C, and back to D, back to G, 2, 3, C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor, and a D, and a C, and a D. Okay, and what I will say it's a bit of a corner that you can cut, but if you really are starting out and that quick C there at the beginning is too much, you might want to just strum the G all the way through and just not do that very quick change to the C. It'll still sound very similar to the original, but it definitely gives it a little bit more of an edge there, a nice edge if you are able to get that C in there. So let's just go slowly and then try that a few times round again, okay? So starting with the G for this first section. Bittersweet G, G and C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor and D and C and back to D, back to G, 2, 3, C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor and a D and a C and then a D. One more time, and a G, 2, 3, C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor and D and C and back to D. Okay, that's your verse section there. Okay, let's move right on and have a look at the chorus section. Yeah, again, this one starts off with a G and you've just got and G minor and C and D and back to G minor and C and D, and then it finishes with G to C to G 2, 3, 4, and then it would go back into the verse again. But let's just try that again. I'm going to run through it a couple of times. Okay, this chorus section. So starting on the G again. So we got G, yeah, and G, E minor, and C, and D, and back to G, E minor, and C, and D, and then it finishes with a G, and a C, and a G, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that really is pretty straightforward. What I want to do now is just go between the verse into the chorus a couple of times. So if you want to practice that with me, it should give you a good idea of how the song all fits together quite nicely. So the verse, the beginning bit, starting with the G, da-da, G, 2, 3, C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor and D and C and D, back to G, does it again, and then C and G, and then E minor and D and C and D, and the chorus, I minor and a C and a D and back to G, E minor and a C and a D, and then it finishes off with a G and a C and then G, 2, 3 to the verse, do-da-do, 2, 3, and then C and G, 2, 3, and then E minor and D and C and D, verse again, so I and C and G and then E minor and D and C and D to the chorus, and I and C and D and back to G, E minor and C and D and then to G to finish off, and C and G, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it really is that straightforward. Great classic tune there. Pardon the singing, but you get an idea of how it all sits together. Real popular song at the open mic sessions that I run and everything. It sounds great, like a lot of these tunes. Sounds great with a singer-songwriter, guitar player. Practice it, go through it, it'll sound great. All the best, and see you again soon for more classic tunes. God bless.